Have you ever felt like you're the black sheep of the family? You're just different than everybody else, and you are, right? And sometimes what may look like to your parents or anybody else in your family that you might be lost, you're not on track. Well, guess what? You are. And if you're wondering, and if have you ever wondered what generational curses are, I'm going to go ahead and break some of that down today. So that way you can set yourself free and be comfortable with whatever sheep fur color you want to be. You want to be holographic, you want to be, I don't know, green, like whatever, right? And you can be comfortable when you're with your family and your parents and whatnot, and understanding what it means and what it takes to break generational familial energy curses. All right, let's get it. And today's video is brought to you by, nonetheless, Space Cat, because Space Cat said so. We're making this video. And I'm Ventzi. I'm your divine feminine empowerment and spiritual awakening coach, and I'm here to move you from all the blocks and fears and the reasons why you're not living to your fullest expression to the freedom of doing so. Cultivate deep and meaningful relationships and connections with others, romantic and non-romantic, and most importantly, having you fall completely in love with your life. And just when you think you cannot take another step, I'm going to give you a shove, and you're going to, to help you fall in love with yourself. Let's get it. So what are generational curses, and why are you the outcast? Maybe you're not. Maybe you're just more sensitive. Maybe you feel things differently. Maybe you even see energy. Maybe things you were looking at doesn't make sense to you within your family, and it's uncomfortable. And when you express these things of who you are and your uniqueness, your unique light, you're being labeled as the black sheep instead of this light, right? I know I have been in my family for a long time, and I've always been different. My mom literally always tells, like, they joke around my little brother. She's like, Ventzi's not okay. Like, he's not normal. Like, it's like, yeah, why would I want to be like you guys, right? So here's the thing about generational curses is it may look like things that are lack of abundance, emotional wounds, people not being able in your family to communicate feelings and express things correctly. And what do you think happens when that happens? You get a dysfunctional family, and it doesn't ever feel safe. And triggers are constantly happening within your family. You may leave, and move out and whatnot. And then when you come back for the holidays, all these triggers are rising, and it's like, ugh, like after 4 or 5 hours, like the same family BS starts to come up, right? So what is a generational curse? Think about a curse, right? And this is going to get a little advanced in terms of spiritual energy and stuff, and, not some grandiose thing, bringing it to a very human experience perspective, right? Because there's no black cloud. All right, there's a lot of people will associate a curse with like a black cloud floating around, dropping black rain all over you. Where is it? Where's the cloud? I actually figured this one out earlier today. I'm like, where's the freaking cloud, yo? Like, there isn't one. So here's what actually happens with energy and your beliefs and your reality is what you believe to be true about yourself, and the reality you live in is what's going to be reflected to you and is what you're going to be attracting, because you're going to be attracting that exact reality. Make sure that's recording still. So what this means is and this is what I mean by advanced, when you understand law of attraction that you're already a master of, and trying to attract anything is already incorporating the vibration of lack that you don't already have it. It all exists here and now. Just matching your vibration to that thing, and manifesting means the thing becomes visible to you because now your vibration is matched to it. Everything you want is here in the universe. Just which reality are you timeline jumping to shift to there, right? So back to the curses. These curses You can go and get like a, what's it called? You can get like a evil eye protection ritual done, or black magic removal, all these things, right? Guess what that means? Those are permission slips. Those are permission slips for you to believe that that has been removed and now you're protected. Do it if that's what it takes for you. If there is somebody that you actually like that does that kind of work and you believe it, once they do the work and you feel protected because you believe it, that's the reality you're attracting. Your beliefs, your decisions, the actions you take, and how you're doing things in this world is going to be attracted to you, to that reality. And that's why when we look at generational curses like lack of abundance, which, I've struggled with for a long time in my family up until now, right? What is abundance? Abundance is actually having what you need when you need it. That's abundant. It's called being grateful for being abundant now. It's not some financial grandiose thing. It's about being able to accept that you are abundant. And then you watch more abundance flow through. However, when you look at starting a business and your whole family has never started a business, and the only thing that your family knows is how to work long hours for minimal money, or maybe work really, really hard to achieve financial success, that's your familial, energetic belief. That's your generational curse, right? The belief that my family doesn't want to communicate. Nobody's doing the inner work. Well, if you fall into that, you're not going to break the cycle. You're not going to break the generational karmatic curse, right? Where's the black cloud? It's not a black cloud. It's all about inner work and what you believe to be true. So once you do the work and what you give yourself to be a permission slip, you get to step into the energy of being free. And sometimes people associate financial success with hard work. And if that's what you believe, and if you believe that you have to work long hours, climb the corporate ladder, it's law of attraction right there. There's your belief. That is the reality you've attracted. And it's not just as easy as switching your thoughts and whatnot, just to switch realities. If you're at that point in your journey to timeline jump like that, yes, you can. And if you still have all this baggage and you have all this human garbage and family generational curses all stored up, this black cloud floating around, if you believe that, you're not going to timeline jump. Because the law of attraction is whatever you believe in your reality, how you think, feel, and act, and who you're being. Well, that's more of law of reflection, how that being part. Because what you put in is what you're going to get right back to you. However, it does add in with the law of attraction, is if you have a train track with a train on it and an engine running of a belief that this is what you deserve, this is how this works, your physical mind, your physical programming, the cultural societal hypnotic mechanism that's been programmed into your brain that this is how it's done, it's hard work, and there's no other way out, and you're stuck in the rat race. And if that's running on a chugga chugga choo choo engine, guess what, Buttercup? That's what's running. That's what you're attracting. That's the reality you're on. So it's about healing that area and starting to realize that you are abundant. Find feelings, because the law of attraction is more feeling based, your emotions and how you're feeling in the moment. And really how you're feeling is going to determine how you act and your actions that you take and your behavior, which will solidify the physical human experience reality that you're in. The version of you that's wealthy and has billions of dollars, they're probably not stressing out. They're probably, buying therapy for their whole family. Like okay, that's a little far actually. You're doing the inner work. And you're continuously doing the inner work. And you're being a lighthouse and a lit candle. And if the people in your family want to take that path with you, guess what? You get to support them on that journey. And today, here's part of my generational curse here, right? So I'm making content. And I've stepped foot through the fire. And here I am for the whole internet to see. However it's happening. And I've done a lot of research, a lot of Bashar, a lot of Abraham Hicks, a lot of, well, not too much of, some Dolores Cannon. Watched a lot of Aaron Doughty, followed him for like 5, 6, 7 years now, and gained a lot of information. And watched some Law of One stuff, however, I've always had a connection to the divine and source, and I always knew things were off. I always knew there was more. I could, sometimes I do see energy, auras even, very faint. I have very clairvoyant dreams, and they end up becoming real. Actually, one time my mom had this, she had told me that she was actually just like doing something, and then all of a sudden she was just like a movie screen projection happened where she saw my dad. Like she just like froze, kind of like That's So Raven, like, you get to like see a vision. She actually saw a vision of my dad like driving off and hitting, like going off a cliff or something, and like having a really bad accident. Like it was like a movie screen is how she said it to me. Like it was just projected, and she was just frozen watching it, and it actually happened. And I ended up being in the hospital, and this happened in Bulgaria a long time ago. So, uh, it's funny how stuff like that happens, and yet my mom kind of dismisses that energy, right? She's now in the space of understanding aliens and whatnot, except here's the real kicker. As I'm making this type of content, and I'm also building my coaching business and setting up, and I'm actually preparing for a launch here, where I will be taking on a few clients for a beta testing for a acceleration program. Haven't figured out what I'm going to name it yet. I'm really excited for it though. And as I'm building this, I actually made another video the other day. She stayed the other day because she wanted to make Bulgarian food and stuff, because she doesn't really make it as much as her boyfriends, and hang out with me and my little brother. And I stayed up till 3 a.m. making a video and working on, my business and editing videos, and I'm the one-man show here, right? The one-man band. And freaking, I go to bed at 3 a.m. after finishing editing videos. I'm like, oh, finally, I'm caught up. 6 a.m. rolls by. She wakes me up, man. Like, bro, wakes me up. Pans and everything going crazy, getting ready to cook. And I'm like, what is going on? Right? So I'm like, all right, well, there's no choice. Like, I'm up now. Like, I'm not going back to sleep. I had to like put on a Netflix or a show so I could like, have the noise be canceled out so I can sleep a little bit. So I kind of did get some more sleep. And then I was just like, my brain wasn't working. I stayed up. I've been super focused, and I'm burned out at this point, right? So it's like, I can't retain anything. I can't learn some of the stuff I need to for my business, and I'm not going to retain anything of it. So I'm like, all right, well, this is just, it's time for me to rest. It's time to take a break, because I don't. I burned myself out, and I was like, all right, time to take a break. I did that. And earlier today, she like calls me out on it. She's like, I was there. I saw you. You just play, you just watch Netflix and play games and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wow. And then she's like, if you want a business, you got to work really hard. You don't get any breaks. No, nothing. You got to keep going. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, hey, I have a question for you. Like, do you have a business? And she's like, no. And that's why I'll never have one. Right. So there's a generational curse right there, right? It's familial energy. It's because the people in your family don't understand this process. They don't know what it takes to do it because they haven't done it. Just like anybody around you. It's not just family. It's anybody around you who cannot support you on your journey, that doesn't know how to do it because they haven't done it. They're not the right people to be expecting anything from. People who have done it, when you surround yourself with those people, they'll gladly help you and support you. They're like, here's what worked for me. Here's how I did this. I think they have that one show where it's like 30 days to build a business or something. And like, they take someone who's already a millionaire and has businesses, and then they strip them of everything, give them like a phone, a little bit of cash, and like a car. And they have to like make a business in 30 days. And almost every single time they succeed. Up to $1 million business in 30 days. when you know how to do things, when you know how to connect with people, when you know how to do these things, it's so much easier. However, if you're the one breaking the generational curse of whether you're going to a therapist, you're seeing a psychologist, you're doing the inner work, and you're looking at your shadow, and you're looking at all the parent patterns and programming that you've picked up, and why you live in a dysfunctional family and how you can better yourself, you're breaking that curse. It's not even a curse. It's literally, it's the programming that you have. So the way to break through anything is to stay consistent and constantly feed yourself information and other programs that are going to get you to where you want to be, that support your vision. And yeah, you may need to put in a lot of work in the beginning, and it's going to feel like work, especially when it's new. When I was first started making these videos, I started on my phone editing. Took me like 2-3 days to edit my first video. Tiny screen. I'm like, oh, I don't even know. I did not speak so clear. Didn't have very much context. I just went for it. Eventually, I ended up upgrading my app to like the Adobe Premiere or whatever on my phone. I don't know. Worked way better. And then I'm like, okay, I need to take this to my computer. I did tested different programs out, and eventually I figured one out. CapCut seems to work pretty good. Lately with the new update, all of a sudden everything slowed down. So it actually gave me exactly what I wanted. It's funny how it works, the universe, when you want something. I wanted to focus on creating more videos with less edits and more energy, more flow. And guess what I did, baby? Here we are. So the fact that it lags has compelled me enough to structure and prepare better and create greater content to the level that I actually wanted. I make very little edits now. Very, very little, right? So that's part of my journey. It's like I had to start. It sucked in the beginning. Not really. I still had fun, and it got easier as I went. I make videos. It takes me a video to like make from start to finish 40 minutes to an hour, ready to post. So I don't spend that much time. Before it was like, 3 days, and then it became like 3-4 hours just for one video, from filming to editing to getting it ready to post, to 30 to 40 minutes. So, and now it's even quicker, except CapCut's a little slower, so I would do it in like probably 15-20. I'm waiting for this new update. I've reported it to them. They did give an update and it made it a little bit faster. I don't know what's going on. So my point is it's all going to be a little difficult. You may need to put in a little work. The whole point is to stay consistent and keep programming yourself and watching content that will support your journey. Because it's not easy to break these curses, because they're habits, because you've been in them. And a lot of the times, that's why your family's stuck in them. That's why you hear the same arguments. That's why you see them have the same repetitive processes in the way they communicate. My mom recently, because she's dating an American boyfriend for the last like 5 years, she finally realized, she's like, that she's Bulgarian, right? And she's very and stubborn and aggressive, and she yells. And her boyfriend's been helping her with that, and I've even noticed the change, right? Didn't matter if I ever brought it up to her, she didn't care. Ever in the past, up until now. Now I can actually communicate things better, and she's more receptive, thank you to her boyfriend, and me also evolving. Right? I helped her out with her boyfriend, and when they had communication issues. So she is growing. However, they have to do the inner work. And the boyfriend, because she's in love with him, is a great motivator. So when you find something you're in love with and passionate about, that's gonna keep your fire lit. So always follow your highest excitement, because it's always gonna take you to where you want to go. Who knows? Maybe you learn a bunch of stuff, how to make clothing or whatever, doesn't work out right away. Maybe that's just a cool skill you picked up. Then you can use it later. I actually do make designs and can print on clothing, which I will be also launching my Etsy store again eventually. I have some really cool designs. I wonder where that is actually. Let me go grab it. Actually, here it is. This is one of my crop top windbreakers. Love and Light. It's got these butterflies. It's got sunflowers. I call them my evil eye protection solar flowers. So, because I do print on demand, make these designs and whatnot. I will do an upgraded version and make the sunflower a little bit bigger because the hood covers it, and the only way you get to see it is when the cut. I'll make it dope when I do relaunch this, and I have a ton of other designs too. However, point is, I'm gonna focus here right now on this content first and my coaching program and business. And then on top of that, I already have merch. Like, I can create my own merch as part of the process. I got a few sales, but I didn't really know marketing. I didn't, up until now. I didn't really know certain things I needed to learn. So I left it on the back burner for a little. Still cooking in there, right? So my point is, follow your highest excitement until you can take it no further. Bashar touches on this a lot. And just keep moving with grace and flow and excitement and gratitude. Gratitude, when you're grateful for things, because who cares what happens to you, you know it's going to benefit you anyway. When you're in that advanced vibration of knowing that this freaking roller coaster is the move, that's the price of admission. You want to get on the roller coaster to get to where you want to be in that vision, it's going to be a roller coaster. You're going to go through these ups and downs. You're going to go through a deepening. So allow yourself and give yourself a permission slip. Everything is just a permission slip. So if you need to go see a, tarot card reader, gypsy, somebody who needs to remove your generational curse, that's the permission slip for you. To feel protected, do it. I'm not saying it's not possible. If it gives you that, do it. Everything is a belief. And if you believe that you need to work hard and you need to do all these things, you're going to keep yourself stuck from progressing. If you're going to let your ego tell you who's going to watch my stuff anyway, there's already enough comedians out there. You keep feeding yourself this stuff, you're going to keep being stuck. So it's not a generational curse, it's just the stuff that you've been taught, and it's time to move past the clutter. That's why when you have divine feminine empowerment, that's the source of creation. Divine feminine energy is the most potent source of creation. In fact, so potent it can birth life into our physical reality. Divine masculine energy is it penetrates through the clutter, because divine feminines want to be all over and nurturing and going through all these things, and it's beautiful and blissful and also this process of creation, and you want to help that person and this person, and there's nothing wrong with that. The divine masculine creates a path to directly penetrate through that clutter, to know exactly where your next stop is, so that way you can become a provider for yourself in the process. Because doing this stuff and you want to make content or art and sell stuff, you have to have a direct, clear path and not be all over the place. So it's why I'm a divine feminine empowerment coach, is because I'm here to help you express your full creation while finding balance with the divine masculine. So it is finding the balance between both. Everybody's always going to swing to one side more, which is totally fine. And it's also healing the toxic divine feminine and the toxic divine masculine, all the programming and BS that people have picked up. All right, so that is the video for today on generational curses. If there's anything else you'd like to hear more about, or if you can relate to any of this, and let me know how I helped you out, like and subscribe and comment below. And again, Space Cat said so. So you got this. Now let's do a fit check. I know you guys want to see my outfit for the gym. So this is my outfit for the gym that I went to. Right? Wore my Adidas leggings as today. Yeah, they're my favorite. And have a wonderful, magnificent, transformative, alchemizing day. Beautiful cosmic soul, love and light vibration. Peace.